You got reporter Nick on the duty for this week's episode because I broke my mic stand, but I cleaned my room. Look at this. And I have all this movement. I can do whatever I want with this microphone, and it's always going to stay right in front of my face. But the Yankees are going to the World Series, and we can both be happy about that. I can actually share some excitement with you on this one. The Yankees are going to the World fucking Series. Fuck the Dodgers. We got to win this. I'm ready for this curse to be over. But yeah, I also don't feel that great, if you can't really tell. I mean, I kind of started off with a little bit of energy there, but I'm losing it as we go because, yeah.
We should put like a graph, like a bar, just like as the video goes.
We're already at about like the halfway point, so we're running out of steam. But what is going on, guys? I have to keep looking this way, by the way, for my mic levels just to make sure I'm good. But what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Nick's Picks. It is week 8 of the regular season. And I am joined, as I am always, by Benjamin, who, by the way, lost 3 points on me last week. So when I said I wasn't giving that lead back, technically I let you come back and tie it. But I'm keeping that lead. I gained 3 points on you last week. I had almost a damn near perfect week if it wasn't for the Jets and one other shitty team that we'll get to in a little bit. But before I start roasting you this entire episode, how you doing? How's everything going? You know,
I found it funny how I said if Tampa beat Atlanta, I would not have a face cam, and that was a stressful game. And I was like, oh, it's the Seahawks, you know, it'll be no, it wasn't.
And I literally said
it was close for the first half.
I wanted to pick Seattle, but they just looked so slow, so cold for the last.
I'm upset.
So Ben with a score of 10 last week, me with a score of 13 brings the current score of Nick's Picks to 73-70. A lot of picks left to go. I don't want to get too cocky, but fuck you, Ben.
Basically halfway there. So,
but let's get through the recap. I mean, the first game of the week, I didn't watch a single minute of this game. Did you? Okay, cool.
Nope.
Well, the Broncos ended up winning. Did you pick the Saints? Was this a differ?
Oh, I did pick the Saints.
See?
Why did I believe in the Saints? I should have known.
See, this is I remember telling you, because that's why I asked you. I'm pretty sure I vividly remember saying, dude, Spencer Rattler, seriously? The Jaguars got the second time was the charm for them in London. They beat the Patriots. Another one, you picked the Patriots, dude.
I didn't. Okay. Did you really think the Jaguars were going to do that?
Yes! Well, I mean, it's the Patriots, bro. The Patriots are, in my opinion, like the third worst team in the league.
To be fair, you're right. They're soft. Anyways. And then...
Yeah, the Eagles beat the Giants. Dude, the Giants...
That one, honestly... wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It was honestly worse than I thought it was going to be, honestly. I mean, the defense held up for the first quarter, but at some point they're going to give in when the offense just isn't helping them out at all. Bills went on to beat the Titans. Not too much interest there. Packers went on to beat the Texans. Congratulations, Slower. We'll be hearing from him in just a few minutes here. The Lions went on to beat the Vikings. This is another one where I was surprised you went against the Lions on this one. You didn't think that they could do it without Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, it was close. All that defensive of a game by any means, but the offense of the Lions is not something to be slept on, and I think we're learning that week by week.
I thought the Vikings offense would do better, or at least be able to keep up with the Lions offense, but it's insane.
All right, and we're at that point, Ben. Do you want to talk? This is all yours. Floor is yours. What the fuck happened?
I don't know, but Michael Penix played. He completed one pass for 14 yards. Okay, in all honesty, Falcons' run game did good. Kirk Cousins didn't do terrible. That defense, good God, what the fuck happened?
That was your one shining beacon.
That's the one good thing about this team, honestly, is the defense. Yes, Kirk Cousins is still really good. Yes, they have offensive talent, but the defense was the key. Also, I said at work, watch Kirk Cousins do the reverse where at 1 o'clock games, now he's ass, but in prime time, he's great.
Bengals beat the Browns. Really the only reason I'm bringing up this game, Deshaun Watson managed to get out of criticism for the rest of the season by getting himself injured, tearing his Achilles. Yeah. So we can't blame every Cleveland Browns loss on Deshaun Watson from here on out. It's all on Jameis Winston. But we did get to see Nick Chubb come back and score a touchdown. So that I'm happy for. You know, I don't like the Browns all that much, but I'm happy for Nick Chubb. Glad he managed to come back strong after that gruesome injury last year. The Commies lost Jaden Daniels pretty early in this game
And it didn't
and
matter.
still beat the shit out of the Panthers. I understand it's the Panthers. What the fuck happened to this commies team? Why are they all of a sudden a juggernaut? Like, they're not even just...
I will say I'm
kinda
upset that Marcus Mariota did well in that game, but he didn't do shit for Atlanta when we had him. But whatever.
The Rams went on to beat the Raiders. Nothing interesting to note in that one, although I did hear rumors that the Rams are receiving some phone calls. They're not saying too much more than that, but they're receiving some phone calls about Cooper Kupp. So see how much longer he stays an LA Ram. The Chiefs beat the Niners in the rematch of Super Bowl last year. Whatever number it was. I don't remember the number of the Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
Super Bowl
last year.
I don't know it either.
My only other game that I got wrong this week, the Jets could not get it done against the Steelers. And I don't think this says anything about the Steelers being good at all. I think this just shows how much of an absolute train wreck the New York Jets are right now. That's pretty much all that showed. The Ravens and the Bucks was actually a pretty good game. And I didn't watch any of the Cardinals-Chargers game because it was going on at the same time as the Ravens and Bucks.
It was okay.
I mean, I had the week I expected. The Giants got their ass kicked, but I still managed to get all but 2 picks right. You lost 3 points on me, and the Falcons got their ass kicked. So I'm hoping for a better week for you, Ben. That's all I can really say to you right now. All right, before we get into our Week 8 picks, we do have Slower coming back yet again for his... Well, I don't know what I was supposed to be looking at. I was going to count, then I looked at a watch that makes no sense at all.
It's just breaking Slower.
This is his 4th time, something like that. 4th time in. He's got some hot takes for us. Let's get Slower in here before I say more stupid shit. And once again, we get no face cam Slower. We get reporter Nick holding a microphone.
I'm in the dark room. We reporter Nick. I like it.
Reporter Nick holding a microphone, and we get no camera Slower. So what's the picture this week that people are going to ask me? Is that actually Slower? This time Amber asked me.
Okay.
And she saw you.
Yeah, I know. That kind of makes me feel like shit, actually.
I straight up did type in Zuko wearing... I may have spelled it wrong, but I typed in Zuko wearing a Packers... Or Zuko wearing Packers gear. And that was the first picture that popped up.
I don't know. All right. I want to go to week 3 of Nick's picks of last year, and Ben threw up a double middle finger to me after the Falcons beat the Packers. I want that to be my photo.
Okay, I can do that. All right, well, we brought Slower back once again.
Hello.
To bring his hot takes. You guys just seem to absolutely love Slower's hot takes. But before we get into the hot takes, and I need a realistic number out of you, Slower, because I don't want some 100, because 100 people aren't fucking watching this. How many likes realistically is it going to take to get you to have a face cam next time you're here?
All right, so we're gonna go with 7.
We're gonna go to 7. Seven sounds reasonable. I think we can manage 7. 7 likes. 7 likes to get Slower with a face cam. You have some hot takes for us, and I've been told that this first hot take, Slower has anxiety about coming onto the show and giving, because he is so sure that me and Ben are about to absolutely
destroy him
for him.
This is gonna be good.
So we all know the Chiefs are 6-0, right? A big congratulations to them. Refs, whatever.
Nice shot, refs.
My hot take is, first off, any of the NFC North teams could beat the Chiefs right now 100%. I put money on it, including the Bears.
Lions, yes. Packers, I could 100% see the Packers.
We beat them last year.
I could see that.
Let's be real. This is football. Any given Sunday, 99 out of 100 times it won't happen. But on any given Sunday, the Carolina Panthers could beat Kansas City. Like, it just, football is weird like that. Weird things happen. So yeah, any team could beat the Chiefs. But if you were to put all of the NFC North teams in a best of 7 against the Chiefs, I think the only ones that have a legitimate shot are Green Bay and Detroit.
You're telling me that Minnesota's defense wouldn't put Mahomes, who's already throwing most picks in the league, and turnstile?
I would counterpoint by saying that the Chiefs defense is no joke either, and I think they could really help carry against that.
So speaking of the Bears, right? Fun fact, if the season ended today, the Bears would be the 7th seed, Washington would be the 2nd seed. And we actually have that matchup coming up this week. Yeah, whoever wins this game is going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year lock.
I mean, I think Jaden Daniels has it pretty locked. I don't know if he's even playing. I know he got hurt in the last game. I think Jaden Daniels is definitely ahead right now. Caleb is on a hot streak, off camera, but Ben mentioned to me earlier. A win against Washington would definitely help for Caleb Williams, but I think right now he's playing catch up to Jaden Daniels.
I agree with Nick on that. I think I would say unless Caleb way outperforms Jaden Daniels, which he could do, Jaden is too far ahead to where I think just kind of closes the gap, but not like have him run away with it for Caleb Williams' sake.
So week 3 of Nick's picks, I specifically shit on the Ravens, saying that they might not even make the playoffs. But they kind of turned it around. One solid problem. Out of all 32 teams, they would be the biggest disappointment if they didn't make the Super Bowl. They just have one team to beat, and that's the Chiefs. That's literally it. You have MVP Lamar, who's playing MVP numbers again. How many more times are we going to see them go into the playoffs and lose?
I don't know. I think because the AFC is so stacked, I don't put that solely on the Ravens, but that's just me.
I agree. I feel like I'm sitting here trying to think of a team, and the only one that sort of came to mind was San Francisco, but it's not really like making a Super Bowl. It's more like winning a Super Bowl for San Fran.
Yeah.
But Baltimore is that team, or Lamar Jackson specifically is that quarterback that we keep saying every year. It's the playoffs that's about Lamar. Like, he obviously has it down in the regular season, but it's the playoffs. I would say that out of all teams, it would be the most disappointing probably to Baltimore to not at least make the Super Bowl, because it just kind of feels like they finally did it. They finally built around Lamar Jackson, got some decent receivers, have an insane running game. So it's not all on Lamar anymore. What's your excuse if you don't make it this year?
I just think that the AFC is just too stacked to where it's just Baltimore. Because like you can make the argument even for like say the Bills, because like Josh Allen has always been up there too.
The Bills are another team. I didn't quite
I just thought
cross
of
my
that,
mind there, but yeah, the Bills are another team where not making the Super Bowl, or at least not making the AFC Championship, would be a huge disappointment.
But Baltimore is up there. I do think
agree.
at least they're up there.
I'm with you, Slower. I that's probably your best hot take so far.
Well, I got 2 more, and then a question for you all. And this is actually about the Falcons.
Oh, great. This is going to be fun.
So we saw what happened yesterday, right? Mike Evans is going to week 11, and Chris Godwin's going for the rest of the season. If the Falcons choke away this division, this will be the second biggest choke job by the Falcons. There's no way you lose.
I mean, it's hard to argue against their number one. Like,
Yeah, it can't be number one.
it can't be number
But
one.
number two, I mean, I
there's
wouldn't
no
know.
way
I wouldn't
you
know what
lose
else
this.
number 2 is. So sure.
In their division, Carolina ain't doing shit.
Nope.
Saints finally aren't doing shit, which called. And the only reason why Tampa isn't doing shit is because their head coach is an idiot and wants to have Chris Godwin play in garbage time.
Did you guys see the Patriots press conference with Jerron Mayo?
Correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he say like his like the defensive players were like soft or something?
He said that his defense is soft. He said his offense is soft. He said his team is soft. At the end of the year, he's going to be a one and done coach.
Yeah, you can't fucking say that as a head coach. I never heard that. That's the same thing I ranted last week about Doug Peterson, saying that his team needed a culture change. You're the fucking head coach. If your players are soft, because you're not coaching them right.
I always hate when it's a one and done coach, but I could 100% see it be a one and done.
I kind of relate that to the Yankees, and I hate to bring baseball into this, but a lot of people are saying that Aaron Boone kind of saved his job with making the World Series and all that. My biggest problem with Aaron Boone is it doesn't seem like the players even care about saving his job. The biggest argument my boss will always give me is that Aaron Boone can't make Aaron Judge go out there and hit. You know, he puts Aaron Judge out there. If Aaron Judge doesn't perform, that's on Aaron Judge, not on Aaron Boone. And I agree to an extent, but if your players are continuously not performing, that falls on you too as a head coach. Yeah. And that essentially is kind of what Gerard Marrow, I think, just dug his own grave with.
I got one question for y'all. I want you guys to really think about it. If your favorite NFL team said on Friday, we want you to play quarterback this Sunday, we will pay you $850. But if you get injured, you're not getting a single penny, and you are versing whoever is on your schedule. So for the Giants, for sure, it's the Steelers, and the Falcons, Buccaneers. By the way, Vita Vea is 350 pounds.
Yeah, I already know my answer.
1,000,000%.
Are you doing it?
1,000,000% doing that.
No.
You're a pussy. You're a
Even
pussy.
If I was an NFL ready.
You actually played football. You played football. I didn't even play organized football, and you're a pussy.
No.
Puss.
I'm not trying to get absolutely sandwiched by a 300.
Well, would you do it slower? Man. I mean, I gotta hear. Obviously, I feel like you will do it if.
Look, I'm built like fucking Big Ben out here, right? Like I can take maybe 1 or 2 shots against fucking Josh.
I can take -1 shot. I'm still doing it.
Okay. How about this? I can cheese the system. I'll say yes, and I will QB kneel, and then I'll just walk out and not play the rest of the game.
Well, you're gonna be 4-5, which you might be.
You know what? I would make money.
They're gonna be 4-5 anyway, so what's really the
Fuck off.
Difference. Slower. Great having you back
Thank you, boys.
yet again. Next
Love you all.
time we'll have 7 likes and we'll definitely get a face cam video of Slower.
Yes,
so
sir.
don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you're following Slower on Twitch because he totally streams all the time.
Every day. Thank you, boys.
Peace.
Mwah.
See you, man.
Okay, so after all those wise words from Slower, we are ready to get into our Week 8 predictions, and boom, they are up on the screen right now for you guys to take a look at. Pause the video to look at your special little team and see what we might have said about them. But just know that I did this all in one take.
Are you actually?
I'm gonna leave that in. Fuck it.
Buddy, I love it.
Fuck it. I can't. I feel like shit. I can't speak today. That's just how that's gonna happen. We start week 8 with the Vikings going up against the Rams, and this is obviously the Rams aren't your favorite team, but you're kind of a pseudo Rams fan, so this is a little bit of a homer pick for you. No,
No,
you
I'm
kind of
picking-
gave
I'm
up on
picking-
that train.
I'm picking the Vikings at home.
Do you know what's wrong? I haven't watched enough Rams football to know.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with Cooper Kupp. I know Puka, I think, is hurt. Kyron Williams is doing solid. I mean, I only know for my fantasy team. I don't know how Stafford's doing. And I know their defense still isn't that great. I mean, you lose Aaron Donald. Your defense is, when you lose a Hall of Famer on your defense, especially still technically in his prime, you're going to go down.
Not a whole lot of interesting early games to talk about. I mean, I'm going to spare you guys on Jets, Patriots, Packers, Jaguars, Lions, Titans, Cardinals, Dolphins. Like, nobody gives a fuck. Bengals, Eagles, I think could be an interesting game. And I think this is a pretty evenly matched game, even though it didn't look like it should be that way. Bengals are hot right now, and the Eagles, I mean, they had a good game last week, but they played a high school team, so there's still a lot of problems with the Eagles that didn't get addressed at all because a lot of them stem from Jalen Hurts. We're both going with the Bengals on this one.
The Eagles should, I'll put it this way, the Eagles should win this game. Easy. I just don't see it happening. I don't think the Bengals are the better team. I just think they're gonna be the better team at least Sunday.
All right, well, once again, I'll let the floor be yours. We differ on this pick, and
I know your reason.
God damn, do I want to challenge this. I wanted to do it last time, and I was right not to, because the Falcons managed to end up, Kirk Cousins had his one good game of the year.
Honestly, literally the only reason why I'm picking Atlanta is because the Bucs are now their top 2 receivers. That's literally the only reason. The Bucs still have a really good defense. Baker is still, I think, gonna have a good game because the Falcons defense hasn't done shit all year, really, except for Philly and KC, but that's just because both those teams' offense aren't that great this year from what we expected. So I can't convince you on the offense. I'm just going off of the fact that the Bucs are just the more injured team.
So I think the main reason I'm not going to challenge this game has nothing to do with the fact that I think the Falcons have a shot at winning this game, because I mean, to be fair, you do, but like it's 30%, I think, in my opinion. The only reason I'm not challenging is I'm only up 3 points, Ben. I need to get a little bit more of a comfortable lead before I start throwing challenges
All
at
right,
your
fuck
Falcons
you.
picks. A couple other games that we don't differ on, so we're going to kind of breeze over here a little bit. The Ravens and the Browns don't think is going to be a great game at all. I just don't think the Browns offense is able to do much at all in this game. Texans and the Colts, I feel like could be a shootout. I feel like this could be probably your weirdest game of the week is the Texans and the Colts. The Chargers and the Saints, I mean, what do the Saints have going for them now? I mean, Kamara is having a pretty good season, but once the Saints get down 20-0 or something like that, they're going to have to stop running the ball. And then Bills and Seahawks, I do think could be an interesting game. We'll really find out if the Seahawks actually picked it up or, did they just have an easy win?
Catch fire.
Yeah.
Or they just caught fire.
But our next differ that we do have to go through is the battle of the rookie quarterbacks. And potentially the battle of the rookie quarterbacks. We're not sure of the Jaden Daniels situation. This could be an interesting game. With a fully healthy Jaden Daniels, do you still pick the Bears or do you still lean Bears?
No.
Okay.
If I was fully confident Jaden Daniels starting and healthy, I would pick the Commies. So weird that I thought that this would be
considering
a game of the
we
week.
went into this year thinking the Bears had the best roster put around their rookie quarterback. You would think that the Bears should be putting up the numbers that the Commies have been putting up all season.
It's not.
I don't know what sparked under the Commies' ass, but goddamn. I'll save you guys on Broncos Panthers. Nobody wants to hear it. The Chiefs and the Raiders, I mean, the Raiders really have nothing going for them anymore. I mean, they used to make these games competitive with the Chiefs, But the night games, I guess we do have a little bit to talk about. I feel like the Monday night game's not super important, but it's my team, so I feel like we have to talk about it every week. But before we get to that, the Sunday night game, the 49ers going up against the Cowboys, and I just cannot believe that before we started recording, you said to me that you were surprised I didn't pick the Cowboys. Who the fuck do you think I am?
Valid, first of all, but second, I really don't like either. This is so weird. I don't like either team. I really don't.
Look, and I'm surprised Slower didn't have this in his hot takes, but he did message me earlier in the week, probably on Sunday during football. What Slower was basically saying was he said the Packers are going to the Super Bowl because they're not going to have to run into the 49ers this year because the 49ers aren't going to make it past the first round. The way they're playing, I don't think he's wrong.
I don't either, yeah. Unless they get healthy, even then, it's weak. You're halfway through. I mean, I will say, if they do make it, it's going to be on that defense. Because that defense, for some reason, is the only healthy part of the team.
And I guess I have to talk about it. Do I really? Can I just...
We can skip if you want.
Giants aren't winning. They might not even put up a touchdown.
I had more points, surprisingly, than you.
I don't even give a fuck if we win. If we manage to find the end zone, thank God, right?
It could be like 7-0 Giants, and you're like, we won and we scored.
Dude, I don't know.
You're just ready for
I'm just ready for the off season. I'm just ready to celebrate a Yankees World Series championship, so I don't even have to think about football. Yeah, that's it for the week. We are still neck and neck. I mean, I'm 3 points ahead, and we have a few differs this week, so I could end up a few more points ahead. But we're still neck and neck.
Don't worry.
And I'm surprised because honestly, you scared me last year. The fact that not only you beat me last year, but the amount that you beat me by, I can't let that ever happen again. So
I got really lucky. I mean that's all this really is.
I'm okay. I'm okay losing to you by 1 or 2, but losing to you by 20 is never. I can never live that one down again. Hope you guys enjoyed Nick's picks. Week 8. If you did, drop a like on the video. Be sure to drop a like on the video because 7 likes. Remember, we get slower with a face cam next time, and I have to stop Google searching pictures to put there. Now he wants me to go back to an old video of mine and find fucking screenshot. God damn it, Slower. But yeah, drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow us over on Twitch. Follow Slower over on Twitch. I totally forgot to put any links in the description in the last video. I am sorry about that, but they're in every other previous video. So just go back to other videos, and if I ever remember, I'll go back and edit last week's video and put the links in there. But I won't forget this week. Links will be in the description. So go check those out. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I already said all that. Ben, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
My mental state between Atlanta and my fantasy team always is a downward spiral.
And hopefully
I before the 4:00 games, I was down 153 to 55.
Last week I played somebody that didn't have a single 1 o'clock player, and I had 7 out of my 9 players were 1 o'clock. So by 3:30, 4 o'clock, I was up 142-0. I mean, I ended up winning, but I mean, she obviously came back a lot because she had all of her players playing 4 o'clock. So
bye, guys.
I haven't even said peace yet.
No, I'm just going to cut you off.
At some point, I edited that Zoom out, and people are like, what Nick ever said? Have a great one. Peace. What a sloppy outro. This is what happens when I'm sick and I let you take a little bit more control of the episode.
Well, you know what? Go Yankees.
Go Yankees.